Hello there, guys, and welcome back again. So, we are going to continue to discuss the basics about fallacies, and also we are going to include some basics about arguments as well. First of all, arguments can be divided into objective arguments and subjective arguments. So, objective arguments are often those that have to do with reason, evidence, and logic, generally dealing with material questions, things that can be sensed or measured and have to do with the real outside world, outside of oneself. For example, we know the Earth travels around the Sun because we have scientific evidence that proves it. Right now, um, let's just look at some again basics about how can we know if an argument is a fallacy? Of course, it's about subjective arguments. And these are the most often those dealing with the personal situation, feelings, or experiences of a particular individual, family, or a group. Just for instance, Europeans are racists because I traveled to France and I had a bad experience with some locals due to the color of my skin. This is, as you see, someone's experience, and that's why it might be considered as the subjective argument, but not the objective one. Right now, altogether, let's just look at these examples in order to find out whether it's objective or subjective arguments. So, first of all, the time of our sessions is equal to 100 minutes because it is stated by the schedule of the university. Let's just think of it. Right, you are. So, this is the objective argument. So, because this is the kind of, rule, right, of our university to have 100-minute sessions. Well, the next thing, girls don't like sport because physical culture is taught by only men. This is the subjective argument. Well, we can see some examples that physical culture might not be taught by only men. It might also be taught by women. The next thing, people in USA are very friendly and happy because when I was in USA, everybody was smiling to me. This one is also a subjective argument. This is someone's background and experience, so that's why it is considered as the subjective one. The next one. There was a powerful earthquake in Turkey because more than 4,000 people died and many buildings were destroyed. Think of it a bit. This is the objective argument, right? You are. So, because of the reason that it happened in Turkey, and there are some facts about that, so we might consider this type of argument as an objective one. Now, let's just define fallacy or not, or objective or subjective arguments, because fallacies and arguments are interconnected. So, some of them might be considered as fallacies, some of them might be considered as two types of arguments. Well, it's up to you guys. Let's just look at the first example. I prayed for rain and it rained. So, pray works. Well, if you just have again thought about that, you might see that this is first of all someone's subjective argument, right? this is not the kind of argument that would be considered as the objective one, because there are no facts that prayers really work at some points. So, according to the fallacies, it might be considered mm, as the kind of non-fallacy, right? So, but this is again one more time the subjective argument. The next thing, I know the Bible is true because it's the Word of God. And I know it's the Word of God because the Bible is true. Mhm. Well, first of all, it might be considered as the either or fallacy, right? The fifth type of fallacy from our previous one. And of course, this is the subjective argument. Someone's belief about religion and so on. The third one. We don't know what natural force that produced the first life form, so it must have been a supernatural. One more time, guys. It's someone's subjective argument, right? So, and there is no proof about that. The next one. Billions of people believe in God, so billions of people cannot be wrong. Unfortunately, guys, in this case, I also might highlight that this one is about the subjective arguments. Okay, so and I would say that the most fitting fallacy there might be a kind of just testimony or something else. Hitler was a vegetarian, therefore I don't trust vegetarians. Well, one more time, guys. This is the subjective argument, and the type of fallacy is about ad hominem, right? It's about insulting someone by saying that all vegetarians might be as harsh as Hitler was, for instance. The next one. Don't listen to Yuri's argument on football. He's an idiot. Well, one more time. This is the subjective argument. And the type of fallacy is the first type of it. So this is about ad hominem. This is about one more time, making someone, not making, but showing someone in a kind of bad shade. Well, have you noticed anything, guys? First of all, is it possible for a fallacy to be objective? Why? And explain your answer. I'll be waiting for your voicemails in order to prove myself that some fallacies might be objective. Okay? So, again, fallacies are important because they help us to separate and identify what is an objective and subjective arguments. Okay? So, please remember that and keep in mind. Thank you so much and see you next time. Hopefully, it was useful for yourselves. Bye bye.